This video is brought to you by KiwiBet Uganda. I'm happy to announce that I've partnered with KiwiBet Uganda to bring you the biggest odds and the best odds this season. KiwiBet is a new betting and gaming platform in Uganda. It gives you the best odds, and I tell you, you're going to get a free bonus without even making your first deposit. Make sure to sign up with them right now. Also follow them on their socials for big bonuses and big prizes as well. To register with KiwiBet Uganda, head over to their website. In the top right corner, click on the green icon, the register icon. That will redirect you to a page where you'll fill in your information, your name, your phone number, national identification number, and click register. After that, you'll receive a temporary password in your messages. Use the temporary password to set up your permanent password that you'll use whenever you want to log in on KiwiBet. Once you receive your temporary password, head over to the website, click login, this will allow you to set your permanent password. Enter your username, enter your temporary password that you got from your messages. Now you can set a permanent password. In order to deposit on KiwiBet Uganda, click on your account balance, head over to deposit, then select a payment option, Airtel Money or MTN Mobile Money. Enter the amount of money you want to deposit. And then click send. You will receive a prompt on your phone. Enter your mobile money PIN to confirm the deposit, and just like that, your account will be credited within a few seconds. Welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the latest Arsenal news and transfer news as well. Arsenal interested in signing Ademola Lookman from Atalanta for 60 million euros. Potentially, we could add Jakub Kiwior to that deal. Fabrizio says there are no talks currently between the two clubs, but there is interest in Ademola Lookman. Raheem Sterling is another player that wants to stay in the Premier League, and Arsenal have had a few rumors around him. Should we sign Raheem Sterling? We'll talk about Noni Madueke as well. He's a player I like in terms of his profile, in terms of his age, and also the fact that Chelsea could be willing to send him out on loan because they have so many players in that regard. And of course, let me know in the comment box below. Arsenal are looking for a world-class winger at the moment. Who should we go for? Who is the player that you are really most interested in? Personally, I would say at the moment, really none of them that are on the market. But if we could pull off one, I don't really have a problem. But I think time is running out. If we are going to do something, it should be early next week or probably this weekend. So hit the like button and let's get into it. First and foremost, we start off with the Ademola Lookman story. It has been reported that Arsenal are interested in Ademola Lookman at Atalanta. He had a very good performance in the finals of the Europa League last season when they were beating Bayer Leverkusen. I think, did he score a hat-trick? Yes, he did score a hat-trick, 3-0. And for me, he's one of the players that are very, very interesting. He's 27. And he doesn't look 27, first and foremost. He's been in the Premier League before, I think with Fulham and Leicester City, if I'm not mistaken. Very, very electric, very technically gifted, and very, very able on the ball. My problem with Ademola Lookman would be the price and the age as well. So when you think about the position that we want to, bring in a player for, that is a backup for Bukayo Saka, and potentially someone can play on the left-hand side, but we already have Trossard there who is around 29, 30. Would we really want to bring in another older player, or would it be better for us to bring in a younger player like Noni Madueke? We'll talk about Madueke, in a minute. So Lookman is a player I would take at Arsenal. There's no question about that. He's absolutely fantastic. I like the way he takes on players 1v1. He's a bit like a Muhammad Kudus, loves to play central area as well, but then he can play on the wings very, very well. I like him as a player. I like him as a footballer. But the profile of him and the pricing, that would be a problem. So the stories that came out yesterday initially said that Arsenal wanted to place 50 million euros plus Jakub Kivio on the table for Atalanta in order for us to get Ademola Lookman. I cannot see such a deal happen. I cannot see Arsenal. Yes, we have been absolutely off for this week, this market. We've been absolutely... I think we have had the worst business. I don't think we're going to do this kind of business. I don't think we're going to place 50 million euros plus Jakub Kivio on the table for a 27-year-old Nigerian guy that is playing for Atalanta. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. And it wouldn't be sensible anyway, because going for 50 million euros, you know that this player must be able to start. Now, personally, I'm not against signing a 27-year-old, 26. I like that experience. I like that, pedigree. I think players that are older and players that are in their prime, 26, 27, 28, they add something that you cannot get from youngsters. They add something that you cannot get from a 22-year-old, a 21-year-old, or even, a 23-year-old. So, Lookman, I would take him for the experience. I would take him for the pedigree, but it's too expensive for us to spend 50 million euros on a player that we aren't sure is going to play every single minute. Or probably he doesn't have to play every single minute, but we are not sure that he comes in to start right away. I'll give you an example. Chelsea have signed Pedro Neto for a reported 65 million euros. And I can guarantee you that Palmer, Pedro Neto, and one other guy are going to be starting for Chelsea under Enzo Maresca every single match. So that is what I'm looking at. If we are bringing in a player at 50 million euros, there must be real value. There must be, the element of he's coming in and he could start. Otherwise, if you're just looking at building the squad, at adding players and bodies to the squad, then you go and spend 30 million euros on Mikel Merino, 40 million euros on a player like Ricardo Calafiori. That's understandable. The backline is okay, but you wanted to add someone like Ricardo Calafiori for around 30 million euros. That's absolutely very, very fine. The same thing with Mikel Merino. If he comes in for around 35 million euros just to add to the numbers and quality in midfield, again, that is something that is very, very interesting. So I think with Lookman, he would be coming in to give us the same kind of role, to play the same kind of role on the forward line. I don't think Mikel Arteta is going to drop Martinelli or Trossard. I don't think he's going to drop Saka. He won't drop Havertz or Gabriel Jesus. So the other player that comes in, they come in as a quality body that is available for the manager whenever needed. So I think a bit of a Jack Grealish now at Manchester City, a bit of a Savio at Manchester City. That's what we're looking to do. And that's why Manchester City have not spent 100 million on Savio, right? They've spent good money, but it's not 100 million on Savio. So I think that's what Arsenal would love to do. And I still say, why haven't we looked at Chiesa enough? Yes, we did look at Chiesa, but why didn't we put in a bid? Why didn't we try to sign Chiesa? Is it his age? Is it his injuries? I am not sure. But anyway, that is one of the things that I'm moving around. Ademola Lookman, 27, Nigerian, one of the wingers that, of course, gave us a very, very good ending to the campaign by scoring a hat-trick against Bayer Leverkusen. He's got every element of your Nico Williams. So the big fans of Nico Williams, because of his directness, Lookman is very direct. If you're a fan of Nico Williams because he can score a goal, Williams can score. Lookman can score a goal. And if you're a fan of Nico Williams because of his creativity, again, Ademola Lookman is a very creative player. Like I said, I look at him as a Mohamed Kudus. And I tell you, if Arsenal had the chance to sign one player next summer, and that player is 85 or 90 million, and it's Mohamed Kudus, if he has another good season, I would 100% agree. Because Kudus can play in 4 positions. I mean, false 9, I've never seen him there, but he does score a goal. I mean, he can play right wing, left wing, and number 10, and number 8 potentially as well. So, Lookman is like Kudus, but the difference here is that Lookman is older. He's 27. I don't think there is a resale value there. I don't think it would be good value for money. And also Jakub Kiwior, putting him in one deal with Ademola Lookman, that is something that I would never, ever say it is okay. Why? Because I think Arsenal can get good money for Jakub Kiwior, the same way we are doing with all these boys that we are selling this summer. We can get very, very good money for Jakub Kiwior. Probably 30 million euros, probably 25 million euros. Yes, there are a few clubs that are interested and they are, joking around and playing around. But I think Arsenal can get good money in Jakub Kiwior. And I won't be surprised if we do. So, no. Player plus cash, Jakub Kiwior plus cash. To get Ademola Lookman. I do like Ademola Lookman. I do like Arsenal, the idea of Arsenal getting a world-class winger, but I am not satisfied with that. Now, the other one is Raheem Sterling. It has caused a spliff between Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, and Arsenal fans internally. A few Arsenal fans, like me, believe that Raheem Sterling is not the Arsenal player that we need, and then a few people think he is the player Arsenal need. Now, with Raheem Sterling, I want to make this very clear. I understand his level, I understand his quality, Premier League experience, and what he would bring to Arsenal and what he would add to the squad. So there's no question about that. I don't want anyone to say, Kosi, you're not giving him the benefit of the doubt. No, truly, he's a very talented footballer, and I think his time at Man City might have been the most successful a winger has ever been in the Premier League. Have we had Salah of course, but aside Salah, have we had another successful winger as successful as Raheem Sterling? Because his numbers were pretty much insane. But there are two things that we've got to understand here and agree upon. One, players always get behind their good days. Marcus Rashford, Raheem Sterling, Alexis Sanchez, Robin van Persie. There is that time when you can no longer replicate what you used to do. When Chelsea signed Raheem Sterling, it was a very, very similar reason where Arsenal signed Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko. We signed them as players that were senior from a winning team, right? Senior players from a winning team to a project that was looking to grow. And Chelsea signed him under the guise that he would come in and transform their team, transform their project, be a part of the foundation for the project. It wasn't a bad idea. It just didn't work out. And it didn't work out because they didn't actually foresee the short-term and the long-term impacts of signing a washed player like Raheem Sterling. By the time, he was still on top of his game. But for how long? How many more minutes on his battery was still green? Very few minutes. And I always say this with Gabriel Jesus. I think we did not get the Gabriel Jesus Manchester City had. We did not get the Gabriel Jesus that we thought we were getting. So I would say this, with Raheem Sterling, his better days are numbered. His better days are behind him. It would be much better if he ended up in Saudi Arabia right now to make a lot of money. That would be nice. End up in the USA or China to make a lot of money. That would be nice. But coming to Arsenal, yes, he can do the role of right wing, left wing. He's also old, so you expect him to be comfortable sitting on the bench. But I think his age, he's made a lot of money with Manchester City, I think, and Chelsea as well. So his age is about enjoying football. He's about to retire. You don't want to retire as the guy who just sits on the bench. You just want to retire as a guy who's playing football. And I think Saudi Arabia and the USA would give him that. with the money as well. So, but the major reason why I think Arsenal should stay away from Raheem Sterling, if his batteries had depleted before leaving Man City to Chelsea, imagine now after he has been at Chelsea, his batteries have actually depleted even further. And I don't mean that he's too bad to play for Arsenal. I just feel we can do better. I just feel we can walk away. And his wages are crazy as well. Are you going to pay him like $500,000 a week? Is it necessary for us to take on the wages of Raheem Sterling? Even if we planned poorly, even if we made very bad decisions prior to the transfer window, I don't think we have reached that stage. The other player that I really, really do like is Noni Madueke. And Noni Madueke, actually, I like him for two reasons. One, the profile is right. But the other thing I like about Noni Madueke is I can see a Mikhailo Mudryk prototype in Noni Madueke. Yeah. Calm down. So Noni is at Chelsea. He was signed as part of this scattergun approach that was introduced by Todd Boehly at Chelsea. Whoever we find playing around will sign him. And I think they kind of killed his career because was he at PSV before? PSV before moving to Chelsea? I think he was. And he was one of the players that had developed very well. One of the young talents in the Dutch Eredivisie that had developed very well in the last 5 years. Gakpo, Noni Madueke, Bakayoko, Veerman. And we all thought, well, there's something interesting going on in the Dutch Eredivisie. And we had started seeing players, even English players, go and develop their talents out there. So I think their talent is there. I think he needs a lot of guidance. But at the moment, he's just 22, 23. So you can bring him in and make sure that you give him that kind of guidance that he's looking for. I think it would be a much better option than Raheem Sterling. But of course, let me know in the comment box below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll definitely speak to you in the next one.